What's it like to go grocery shopping here in Germany?
From the prices to the overall shopping experience, it's very different than in the US.
That's why we're going to take you guys with us today and show it to you firsthand. Hello, servus, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Feli.
And I'm Ben, and about 5 months ago, we moved from Cincinnati, Ohio to Munich, Germany.
In my last video about things that I miss about the US, I mentioned how different grocery shopping is, and a lot of you guys asked for a full video on this, so I figured since we have to go to the store anyway today, we'll just take you guys along. As you guys probably know, I'm from Munich originally. I was born and raised here, did my undergrad here, and then went to the US at the age of 22, where I spent most of my time in the last 9 years. That's where I primarily lived. So while of course grocery shopping in Germany isn't new to me, I did most of my grocery shopping in my adult life in the US, so it is a little bit of an adjustment even for me.
And for me, it's my first time living abroad, so it's very new to me.
Yeah, first time ever. Most days we go to Lidl first, which is one of the big discount grocery stores here, very similar to Aldi if you're familiar with that. We just go to Lidl because it's closer. We get all of our basics over there, and then we usually head over to Rewe, which is a little bit more comparable to a Kroger or a Publix, not in regards to size necessarily, but in the sense that they have more brand products and it's a nicer store overall. We'll also give you a glimpse into a few other stores throughout the video though, because Germany actually has quite a lot of different grocery store chains. Okay, we got our bags.
We have our Pfand.
And our coin, or actually I have two coins. I have a euro and an American quarter, which funny enough also works, but we'll explain all of that here in a second. So with that, I think we're ready to go.
Those gates.
Oh, and as you can tell, we're actually taking the car to the store, but we definitely wouldn't need to. We could literally walk to the store, we could take our bikes, we could take a couple stops on the bus for the stores that are a little bit further away, but we're lucky enough to have a car and we prefer it for the convenience. But many Germans who live in a big city like Munich don't even own a car and they really don't need it for their everyday life. One major difference between German and American grocery stores is size. German stores overall are a lot smaller than American stores, and so are the parking lots, as you can see. For comparison, this is what a parking lot in the US typically looks like. It's actually really packed. I thought it wasn't going to be so packed at this time of the day. Before we head in, just a quick disclaimer. Germans are very big on privacy, and filming in public isn't usually received very well. So once we're in there, I won't be talking directly into the camera. I'll just add a voiceover later on, and I won't be showing any faces either. Let's hope we won't get kicked out, because that's actually happened to me before too in the past when I tried to film at German grocery stores. One time I was even told that I wasn't even allowed to film just the products in the aisles with my phone, which I didn't really quite understand why, but let's see how it goes today. Bags. We always bring our own bags to the store, and so do most people here, since you won't get any free bags at checkout. If anything, you can purchase some inside. First up, we gotta get our shopping carts. They have small and big ones here. It's common at German grocery stores that you need a coin for the cart. A €1 coin will work, 50 cents, or many people also have these reusable shopping cart chips that simply have the shape of a coin. And we discovered recently that an American quarter will work too, so we've been keeping one in the car and have been using that for the carts. Fun fact, German carts can go sideways like this because all 4 wheels swivel. Given how cramped it can get in German stores, this comes in super handy when you need to get out of the way or maneuver through tight spaces. On American shopping carts, it's usually only the front wheels that turn, while the back wheels are fixed, kind of like on a car. As we walk in, the first thing we see is the Leergutautomat, where you can return your Pfand bottles and cans. Pfand means deposit, but I'll explain all of that later in the video, because we always return all of our Pfand at Rewe, since the Lidl machine only accepts certain brands. As I mentioned, Lidl is a discount grocery store, just like Aldi, which means that they sell groceries at lower prices than other stores by focusing on efficiency and a smaller product selection, rather than a comprehensive shopping experience. As you can see, most of the products are sold directly out of the cardboard boxes they came in, and they typically sell a lot of house brand products. In the produce section, we get some blueberries, bananas, cilantro, a cucumber, tomatoes, and this beautiful lettuce. I also really love Feldsalat, which I don't think exists in the US. At least I've never seen it there. It's not uncommon to come across American branded items at German stores. I think the more white and large the bread slice, the more Germans associate it with the US. And maybe he's playing into the stereotype a little, but Ben actually loves this Sammy brand. That's his go-to sandwich bread in Germany. The hot dog and burger buns were American branded as well. As a vegetarian who's been trying to up her protein intake, I've been getting this protein bread recently, which only costs $1.99. But of course, the real bread and baked goods are in the bakery section. They have everything from big bread loaves, rolls, and pretzels to pastries like donuts and cinnamon rolls. And this is just the bakery section at the discount store. They also have this bread cutting machine where you can conveniently have your bread loaf cut into slices before you buy it. Now we'll get to the part that leaves most Americans in shock when they first see it, the eggs. Here they are, just chilling in the aisle, far away from a fridge. Because yes, the rumors are true, eggs in Germany are not refrigerated at the store. Actually, this goes for most countries around the world. In the US, on the other hand, as well as in Canada and Japan, eggs are always found in the refrigerated section of the store. The reason behind this is that in Germany and the entire EU, eggs aren't washed before they're sold. So they keep their natural protective coating, called the cuticle, which helps block bacteria like salmonella from entering the egg. It also means that you'll sometimes find dirt or feathers stuck to your eggs. Meanwhile, in the US, it's actually mandatory for eggs to be washed and sanitized before they enter the stores, to make sure that any bacteria that's already present on the eggs gets washed off. And while that does clean off any dirt and bacteria on the egg, it also removes its natural protection, which is why the eggs are stored in the fridge to reduce bacterial growth. And once eggs are refrigerated, they have to stay refrigerated throughout the entire supply chain. That's another reason why the EU avoids refrigeration altogether, because keeping this cold chain up without any interruption can be complicated and pricey. Plus, in the EU, it's mandatory to vaccinate chickens against certain salmonella strains, so the risk of bacteria already being present inside the egg when it's laid is a lot smaller and doesn't need to be reduced with low temperatures, as is the case in the US. Fun fact though, even though we do buy our eggs unrefrigerated here, we still put them in the fridge as soon as we get home. I mean, you don't have to do that, but in my experience, most Germans do, simply because it keeps the eggs fresh for longer. But again, once you put them in the fridge, you shouldn't store them at room temperature again, because that could cause the egg to build condensation, which makes it easier for bacteria to get through the shell. And if you're wondering why some of these eggs are dyed, these are boiled eggs, and you'll see this especially around Easter, but some stores sell dyed eggs all year round. But enough about the eggs. Another part that I've heard Americans talk about quite a lot is that in Germany, we supposedly don't refrigerate our milk? Well, let me tell you, that's definitely a myth. Here's the milk in the fridge. But wait, what about this milk? That's not refrigerated. Well, this is haltbare Milch, so ultra-pasteurized milk or shelf-stable milk. And yes, that type of milk doesn't need to be stored in the fridge, but that's the same in the US. I've definitely seen that at American stores as well. By the way, seeing two different prices, like here, is a rather new thing here in Germany that some stores have started doing over the last few years. If you're a member of their loyalty program, you can get a better price for some items. In the US, that's been common for decades, but I'm still getting used to seeing that in Germany. Another major difference is that most German stores heavily advertise their weekly deals. You might get flyers like these in the mailbox or inside your newspapers, and it's very common to hear supermarket ads on the radio and sometimes even on TV where they announce their deals of the week. That's something I haven't really encountered in the US, but what's huge over there are coupons that give you discounts on certain products. Many people clip coupons from newspapers or from product packaging, or the stores sent them in the mail. So it's not uncommon to see Americans take out a pile of paper coupons at the checkout, or some even have a whole coupon binder. That's not really something you'll see in Germany. By the way, did you know that you might have a right to German citizenship without even knowing about it?
I know that many of y'all are Americans with German ancestry, and you may have been born with German citizenship, but nobody in your family ever claimed it.
The good news is that you can still claim it now and be a dual citizen with all of the benefits that it brings you. But of course, you need to find out if you're eligible first and get all the required documents together, which can be quite complicated. But that's where my sponsor, Athena Genealogy, comes into play. They specialize in helping clients obtain German citizenship through descent. So they're experts in this field, and they've already completed hundreds of successful cases. So if you want to check your eligibility, just go to athena-genealogy.com, fill out the short questionnaire, and then you can book a free discovery call where your individual case will be reviewed. And if you do qualify, Athena Genealogy can handle the entire application process for you, including things like tracking down birth certificates or marriage records, filling out all of the required paperwork, and the communication with German authorities.
They can even drive up to archives here in Germany that don't have a digitalized database yet, and they can get the documents translated for you. So maybe we'll be seeing you guys at a German grocery store here soon, because with German citizenship, you would also be allowed to move here as well as any other EU country.
Just go to athena-genealogy.com to get the process rolling, or click the link in the video description below. But let's get back to Lidl. This is the entire cereal section here, which obviously got nothing on American cereal aisles, which often look like this. If you're curious how much olive oil costs here, this one was $4.99 for half a liter. Like most German grocery stores in 2026, they actually have a lot of vegan products as well, and even have their own vegan house brand called Vimondo, which is really successful. They have things like this vegan bolognese sauce, Schnitzel, cordon bleu, vegan nuggets, or hot dogs and bratwurst, but also vegan dairy products, of course, such as yogurt, cheese, and milk. And vegan pizza, or these bread spreads and salads that I like to get. But meat is still popular too, of course. These are the meats that Ben got today. He's really been enjoying German deli meats. He says he likes them better here than in the US. In addition to groceries, they always have non-food products in the middle aisle here, with new offers every week. Today it was clothing, such as underwear and socks, but also these Disney sweaters, art supplies, I think this right here was bedding, and different household items. I grabbed this box grater for us for $2.99, and they always have this little hardware section right here. Then let's get some cheese. This one is so good, but in my opinion, pretty much all dairy products in Germany taste better than in the US. Some mozzarella for 85 cents. The feta is super affordable too. And I didn't need cream cheese that day, but here are all of the different types and flavors of cream cheeses. And they even have what most of you would probably call American cheese, you know, the plastic wrapped cheddar slices. They also have all kinds of alcohol here because all grocery stores in Germany are allowed to sell alcohol. We don't have separate liquor stores here, as is the case in some US states. And look at these wine prices. You can get a bottle of wine for as low as €2. In the US, I think the cheapest wine usually starts at around $10, but let me know what it's like in your area. One thing that kind of shocked me when I first moved to the US was how expensive frozen pizzas are there. They typically cost around $6 or $7 a piece in Cincinnati, while here in Germany, you can get one for under $2, or the more expensive ones here for $3.99. Oh, here's another thing that tends to blow American minds. At German grocery stores, it's common and totally legal to open up these multi-packs of drinks at the store and just take a single bottle out of it, or however many you need. You're not obligated to buy the whole pack if you don't want to. Generally speaking, product sizes tend to be a lot smaller at German stores, because with a lot of Germans living in small apartments, people don't have the space to store these large bulk sizes that you can often find in the US. And since many people don't take a car to the store, they don't have the means to bring huge quantities and sizes back home either. Just to give you an idea, this is the standard size of a shampoo bottle in Germany. Meanwhile, the same brand shampoo bottle is 40% bigger in the US. This is the largest ketchup bottle I could find here, 19 ounces, compared to 38 ounces in the US. And milk only comes in a 1 liter size in Germany, which is about a quarter of a gallon, while in the US, it's sold in these 1 gallon or half-gallon plastic containers. And you definitely won't find gigantic jugs of peanut butter, mayonnaise, or pickles. Actually, I take that back. I did find this huge jar of pickles at Lidl, but it's still smaller than the one in the US. US. Speaking of condiments, this is the whole selection here, not very big, but I will say it's striking how many types of mustard there are. Doesn't get more German than that, I guess. You can usually find anything from Bavarian sweet mustard to mild, medium hot, and hot mustard, as well as other kinds like Dijon. And these were all of the seasonings here. Again, super small selection for American standards, but they have a bit more over at Rewe. Of course, we got a few frozen dishes. Ben has been loving those here. Both the selection and quality of frozen meals have really impressed him. And yes, you can even find classic German cakes in the frozen section, such as Bienenstich or Schwarzwälder Kirschtorte, and lots of ice cream. We also got a little bit of candy. This is the chocolate section. Chocolate is by far the most popular type of candy in Germany. And with Easter coming up, they currently have a whole aisle just for Easter candy.
Bunnies.
They're like chocolate eggs in like an egg carton to make it look more.
Oh my goodness.
I loved those as a kid. This is the household and toiletry section. I got myself one of these conditioners and one of their house brand body washes. And then it was time for the most stressful part of it all, the checkouts. German checkouts in general are really fast compared to the pace in the US, but particularly here at Lidl and over at Aldi, they scan the items at light speed and everything gets thrown directly into your cart, so you gotta be quick at packing things up. Or you can use one of these benches on the side to organize everything afterwards. And there usually aren't any baggers at German stores, so you have to bag up your groceries yourself. I tried to film the whole checkout process, but I couldn't get my phone to stay up properly in this rush. So here you can see Ben and me bagging up our groceries from below. The total was 139 euros, which currently converts to about $161. Usually we walk out of Lidl paying under $100, but we got quite a lot of things this time. As of a few years ago, most German grocery stores also have self-checkouts finally, but a lot of Germans are still pretty skeptical of those, so the lines for the regular checkouts are usually a lot longer. After we loaded everything in the car, we went to return the cart. In Germany, you usually have to bring your cart back to the same place you got it from. It's not like in the US where you can just leave your cart in these cart corrals in the middle of the parking lot. And here's our quarterback. By the way, they also have this DHL packing station here in the parking lot. These are super practical because you can send out packages and even unlabeled Amazon returns here 24/7. Now we're headed to the next store, Rewe.
So the reason why we always like to go to this Rewe is because they have parking. I mean, a lot of grocery stores in the city have parking, but not all of them. And this one has a parking garage, which is very convenient. However, one thing that most Americans have probably never heard about before or never seen is every time we park here, we need to use this thing. Currently, what time is it? 3 something? You just set it to whichever time it is right now. And then you put it up here in the windshield or on the dashboard. And the rule is that we're only allowed to park here when we have that out, and you're only allowed to park for up to 2 hours. Of course, you could always lie on those things, theoretically, but they do have people checking this. And let's say if there is a time that, lies however much in the future or however much in the past, then they will give you a ticket automatically because then they know that you lied. Or, of course, if it shows that you've been parked here for way longer than 2 hours, then you're also going to get a ticket. So it's a little bit of a mix between like a ticket system, like a meter system, and like an honor system. But we don't actually have to pay anything unless we break the rules. So yeah, that's our parking situation. Let's go in the store.
They always have some carts directly here in the parking garage, and this time we're bringing all of our Pfand in too. We got a lot of Pfand today. Usually we just have this basket, but we haven't been in a while, so it's accumulated. First thing you'll see when you walk in is that there's a bakery counter and a deli stand in the lobby of the store. Those don't actually belong to the store, they are independent vendors, but this is super common at the non-discount stores to always have a separate bakery counter before you actually enter the store. Now, I should point out that this isn't a regular Rewe location. It's a Rewe Center, meaning it's extra large and spreads out over 2 levels, so we get to go down this moving walkway with our cart. The wheels lock automatically once you get on here, but most Rewe locations are just on 1 story. Our first stop is the Pfandautomat, which is located in the beverage section. These crates are super common in Germany, not only for water like you're seeing here, but also for beer and soft drinks. So how does this whole Pfand system work? Every time we purchase a beverage in a glass or plastic bottle or in a can, we pay an additional deposit fee at checkout, which, depending on the type of container, can be anywhere from 8 to 25 cents per piece. But once the bottles and cans are empty and we return them to one of these machines, we get that money back. It's basically an incentive for recycling. Glass bottles will typically just be washed and refilled after we return them, while for plastic and metal containers, they usually recycle the materials. And you can also return the crates down here. We mostly have cans, which have a Pfand of 25 cents each, and that can add up pretty quickly. Okay, we're like not even halfway through and we're already at almost $7. What's your guess?
14.
14? Let's see it. Pretty good guess.
Yeah.
When you're done, you simply press this button and it'll give you a voucher that you can scan at checkout. It wouldn't be Germany if we didn't have a solid beer selection. Of course, you'll find some Augustiner, which is my favorite beer, and Tegernseer, which is from a little bit south of Munich and is also extremely popular around here. Ben actually prefers Tegernseer over Augustiner. And hey, they even have Budweiser here. But this is actually the Budweiser from the Czech Republic, not the American brewery. Oh no, a beer bottle broke. Dude, it smells like a beer tent in here. What are you getting?
My favorite.
Mate.
Mio mate.
As you can see, the selection here is much bigger than at Lidl, and there's a little bit more space here too. Still not nearly as much as at American stores, but it's definitely a more elevated shopping experience. This is the produce section here, and they even have a salad bar, to-go snacks like sushi or these Korean snacks. They have an orange juice squeezer in the store where you can bottle up your own fresh orange juice. And of course, large meat and cheese counters. The fridges here have this automatic opening mechanism, which doesn't always work properly, but you basically just need to hold your hand in front of it. I got my favorite cottage cheese in the world, the one from Gervais. This right here is Ben's favorite dessert, the Monte pudding, which is hazelnut flavored. Hazelnut is actually a very common flavor in German treats. But guys, Germany has a great pudding and sweet dessert selection in general. My favorites are the chocolate puddings with whipped cream. I also like to get some of the smoked tofu here because you don't have to put a lot of effort into preparing it. It literally tastes good straight out of the packaging. And look at how many vegan products they have here in the fridge section alone. Say hi to our unrefrigerated eggs, and here are the non-dairy milk alternatives. I absolutely love this barista coconut milk. Do you notice anything about the cereals? I feel like there is much more focus on granola and German muesli mixes rather than breakfast cereals like cornflakes or Fruit Loops, which are huge in the US. I feel like some Americans are under the impression that disposable dishes are fully banned in Europe. That's definitely not the case, but since 2021, they can't be made out of plastic anymore, so you can get paper plates and paper cups, as well as wooden utensils. Can you tell that Germans love their curry ketchup? Most Americans have never heard of this, but it's super popular here in Germany. I also spotted quite a lot of American, or let's say American-inspired products in the condiment aisle.
There's all this different mac and cheese.
What? Is this like a brand that
I
people
think
know?
so, and I'm gonna try them all.
Wait, this is ramen. Where's the mac and cheese?
All these are mac and cheese. We got Crazy Nara black pepper mac and cheese jalapeno, Crazy Nara Classica.
And truffle. How does it work? Do you just add water to it?
just
It's
add
like
water.
a cup of
Tasty in
noodles?
5 minutes.
All right. How
I'll
much are
report
they?
that. I think like
Okay, $4 per
the
thing.
whole meal. It's not bad.
Someone's happy. We also saw these American burger patties, and a lot of the popcorn was American branded as well, even though most of this is sweet popcorn, which isn't even a thing in the US in that form. And speaking of American products, they also had this beer pong set today. Other than that, I got some veggie raviolis and this chili sin carne, some carrots, and then this is the candy aisle. Again, lots of chocolate, but as the home country of Haribo, gummy candy is also super popular as well, of course. Did you know that for chips, the most popular flavor here is paprika? Barbecue flavor is pretty rare on the other hand. This is the only popcorn I found so far that gets a little close to my favorite kettle corn in the US, but it's still got nothing on Boom Chicka Pop. Let's take a look at the frozen section. We got ice cream and popsicles, cakes, frozen bread rolls, some pretty affordable frozen berries, veggies of course, and lots of frozen meals. This right here is Ben's absolute favorite, the bami goreng. Those are really good.
And I got the bigger pack.
And again, pretty affordable frozen pizza. Back upstairs, Ben got some meat. And right before checkout, you can get yourself some cold beverages, such as half a liter of beer for €1.09. Ben got himself some Cokes, and then it was time to check out. We always place our Pfand voucher at the very front so that we don't forget, and they basically just deduct it from your total. Of course, they try to get you with some more chocolate while waiting in line, and with cigarettes. A lot of checkouts in Germany have a cigarette dispenser next to the conveyor belt. I feel like that would never happen in the US. Then we got to bag our groceries at a slightly slower pace than at Lidl and pay. This was a total of 148 euros, which equals about 171 US dollars right now. Now, these were only 2 out of countless grocery store chains in Germany. Another store that's pretty similar to Rewe in terms of prices and shopping experience is Edeka. Both Rewe and Edeka have some of their locations run by independent owners, which is why you'll sometimes see a person's name next to the logo. A store that's pretty similar to Lidl is Aldi, which basically invented the concept of a discount grocery store back in the 1960s. And then we have a bunch of smaller discount stores, which in big cities like here in Munich are often located in residential areas without any parking. Stores like Penny, Netto, or Norma fall into that category. They're usually pretty small on the inside, and from an American point of view, almost feel like a bigger convenience store. Outside of the cities, they also have larger locations though, with parking. Now, if you're looking for a more American shopping experience, that does exist too, at HIT, for example. I mean, look at the amount of checkout lines they have. This almost feels like a Walmart in the US. You have so much space inside the store, and I feel like the selection gets really close to what it's like at American stores. I mean, this is the jelly selection, here are the cake mixes, and of course they have gigantic meat and cheese counters. Another store that's big like this is Kaufland, for example. And then of course there are organic stores such as Alnatura or Biomarkt, which are more similar to a Whole Foods and definitely more on the expensive side. And the list goes on and on. If you live in Germany yourself, what grocery store is common in your area? Let us know in the comments. All right, back home, time to unload the groceries. We both just said this was probably the biggest grocery haul that we've had since we moved here.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I think it's been like 3 weeks since we've gotten groceries. And then also because we were filming everything, we like looked around more and we were like, oh, let's get this. Oh yeah, we need that. So yeah, this has definitely been the most expensive in the 5 months we've lived here.
Yeah.
But that also means that we're going to be set for a while. So what did you guys think? Was there anything that surprised you? anything that stood out to you, let us know in the comments below. And let us know what else you'd like to see from our everyday life here in Munich. If you want to see more grocery store content, I also have a video about Aldi in the US compared to Germany. Then I have a video where I went to Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati, which is a gigantic international store.
It's complete madness.
It's like a really big attraction that people come to from all over the Midwest. So that's something that I've done in the past. And I also have a video from a few years ago that I filmed with my brother where we went to German grocery stores around here and showed American products that they sell there. I'll be sure to link all of those down below. If you enjoyed this, it would really help us out if you engage with this video. Give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel for free. It's just one click. And if you want to support us beyond that, you can also send us a super thanks underneath this video or send me a tip via any of these platforms. And with that, thank you so much to Ben for being in the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Tschüss!
See ya.